Welcome to Table Talk. I'm Cami Stephen with the Star Herald, and today I'm joined by Kayla Gaskers, a park ranger and the Centennial coordinator at the Scottsbluff National Monument. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about the historical significance of the monument.
So, the monument that we know today, Scottsbluff National Monument, is many things to many people. Dating back to when it was just being formed, millions of years ago, to being a landmark for fur traders, trappers, bison migration patterns. It all led up to its significance with the Overland Trail and the Western migration history, being the second most prominent landmark on the Oregon Trail and the California Trail for pioneers. And then, more into modern times, we're a stopping point for thousands of visitors on their way for family vacations or on their way to Yellowstone, on their way to the Black Hills. But its significance in telegraph history, railroad history, even the creation of the city of Scottsbluff and the city of Gering, the railroads were established here and then cities flourished. So, and it all kind of leads back to Scottsbluff, this big rock out of nowhere that people just are in awe of. And so for the National Park Service to create a national monument to protect and preserve it is really for the community and to celebrate all of that history. Definitely.
And the creation of it as a national monument was kind of an interesting process. It wasn't something that a government entity took on, like on a federal level. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. So you're right. The creation of the national monument here in western Nebraska, the first national monument in Nebraska, it wasn't President Woodrow Wilson sitting at his desk in the White House saying that Scottsbluff, Nebraska needs to have a national monument. This Scottsbluff mountain needs to be preserved. It really was the community leaders, the mayors, the business leaders in Gering and Scottsbluff in the county that came together and gathered the citizens and said, we need to petition the government to protect this land. And they didn't just petition them and inquire once, and said, well, we didn't hear anything back, we're gonna, move on with our other ventures. They petitioned and inquired multiple times before the president actually did sign that presidential proclamation. And that day is coming up, and that's what we're really excited about, December 12th, next week, and that's what, we're celebrating 100 years.
It's amazing. So tell me a little bit about how you're celebrating the Centennial.
So December 12th is, like I said, the day that the president signed the proclamation. And again, that was through efforts of the community coming together saying we would like this area to be preserved and protected for generations to come. And the National Park Service is honored to be that entity to protect it for the community and residents alike here. So next week, we will be having a celebration at the Gering Civic Center. It'll be at 6 o'clock, and we're super excited. We are officially 100. We've been celebrating throughout the year and promoting the Centennial throughout the year. But this is the day. This is our Christmas, basically. And we hope the community will come out and celebrate with us. We will have, of course, cake and refreshments, but we'll also have some really cool historical displays. We'll announce the winners of our photo contest this year. We'll have the mayors of Scottsbluff, Gering, and Terrytown will all sign a proclamation, and the county will all sign a proclamation formally establishing this Centennial here. And it'll just be a great evening for people to come out and honor, this amazing landmark, this amazing history that's here that we're all very lucky to have.
Definitely. So are there tickets or anything that people need to buy?
No tickets. It's open to the public, open to everybody. We're going to start the event at 6 o'clock. And we'll start with the proclamation reading as well as some other announcements. We'll have a Centennial interpretive program by Chief Ranger Justin Quetzel. And then we'll move on into the celebration, and we'll cut the cake, and everyone can look at the displays that we have available.
Fabulous. And
it's free.
That's the best.
Free, and there's cake.
You can't get any better than free cake.
Yeah, I mean, and 100 years really has never looked better.
Right, yeah. There's been a lot of special arrangements because of the Centennial. I mean, you were brought out here for that, right?
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit about those arrangements?
So I was hired to plan the Centennial events and coordinate those throughout the year. And so throughout the year we had interpretive programs, we had night sky parties. One of my favorite events that we had throughout the year was the creator and lead designer of the Oregon Trail computer game came out in early June, and he talked about how the computer game was created. And, you know, in honesty, I never heard of Scotts Bluff before I moved here, before I got this job, but I've heard of the Oregon Trail through that Oregon Trail computer game. And so that holds a lot of, significance to people around my age that played that computer game in school, and they played it at home. And they know Chimney Rock is in the game, and we don't hold that against them. Scotts Bluff isn't in the game. But so that was one really cool event that we did throughout the year to celebrate the Centennial. And I've been honored to come out here and see another part of the world and contribute, my skills to this area and to work with the Park Service. And, after December 12th, even though that's, our official 100th anniversary, we're still going, because the visitor center is still under renovation, we're still going to celebrate in the spring once that's all completed, once the construction is completed.
And how's the construction going?
The construction is going really well. I took a peek inside the other day, and there was multiple teams in there working, and so a lot of different crews working on the interior part of the building. Some of the final brickwork is getting done at the front entrance, the new front entrance of the expansion part, and it's still looking like early spring for completion. And we're going to add 3,000 square feet, new interpretive displays. It's going to really be a beautiful building for the community, for visitors, and we'll have a big grand reopening celebration and final Centennial event. We couldn't have a Centennial celebration not at the park. So, the one on December 12th is going to be at the Gehring Civic Center because we don't have an indoor space, and of course, Nebraska weather. Yeah. So we had to have an indoor space. So we're going to use the Gehring Civic Center, and then in the spring we'll do something out at the monument.
Excellent. That's awesome. Just totally lost my train of thought. You're going to have to cut that part. Where did I go? Man, I think that pretty much covers it.
I know, I probably answered 3 of your questions
totally
in one long blah blah blah.
I'm totally fine with that.
Is there a timeline for the date of the spring open house?
So we're looking at an April 25th day for the spring grand reopening of the visitor center and final Centennial event. So mark your calendars now, or at least stay tuned to the Star Herald and the news and our Facebook page for details on more about that. But we're looking at April 25th during National Park Week. So
awesome.
We just need to not get an April snowstorm and we'll be great.
Don't talk about it. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate you taking the time, and so exciting that it's going to be celebrating 100 years.
We're really excited, and thank you to the Star Herald for all their support through the years. Really, the coffee table book that came out that was published through the Star Herald is fabulous, and for people that are really interested in history and seeing photos of the past and the monument through the years. That coffee table book is really a great something to have on their coffee table, to have in their bookcase, and we have those for sale out at the monument. But the Star Herald's really been partnered with the park for many years, for many things, and we really appreciate that support. And the support of our other community partners. B&C Steel and Johnson Cashway have also contributed and been a community partner for this December 12th event, and we want to thank them. And our other community partners as well. Legacy of the Plains has helped us with providing space for a lot of our events this year, and the Gehring Visitors Bureau and the County Visitors Bureau. And we're grateful to have those partners. Really, this is a community park. We're here for the residents. We're here for their recreation. We're here for them to celebrate history. And we really appreciate that the National Park Service is honored to be here in western Nebraska.
Oh, definitely. I just got here in August, but it was easy to see, how big of a role the monument plays in the community and how beloved it is here.
Yeah, we're very honored to be here, and the Bluff isn't going anywhere, and we'll be here for sure for another 100 years.
Don't forget to head to Gehring Civic Center on Thursday the 12th to enjoy some cake and celebrate the Centennial of the monument. Thanks so much for coming. This has been Table Talk. I'm Cami Steven with the Star Herald. Thanks for watching.